Hello and welcome to Elation's new webinar series, Elation Live. My name is John Dunn and I'll be your host as we come to you live from Elation showroom. Elation Live is the newest addition to our E3 program, Elation's educational experience offering, which includes hands-on product and software trainings as well as lectures from notable industry icons. With Elation Live, we want to take you beyond product videos and show you side-by-side comparisons of some of our hottest fixtures, give you an idea as to why we put some of the features and technology that we did in these fixtures, and also show you some of the best uses and applications for the fixtures as well. The best part is we will open things up at the end for questions live. So as you watch this episode, prep your questions and log on to the Elation Professional YouTube page for the live question portion. In this episode, we are exploring one of the most prominent and noticeable fixtures in most all stage designs today. Whether on tour or in a club, at a special event, or watching television, the beam fixture is the driving force to what you are seeing. From the moment that Philips released the Platinum 5R lamp, the beam fixture spread across the industry. You may not be aware, but Elation was actually the first manufacturer to design a fixture around Philips' new lamp technology, going so far as to name our hugely popular Platinum series after the lamp. The Platinum lamp range has since expanded to include more than just a couple of lamps, but the key to the entire Platinum lamp range is the low wattage to high lumen output ratio, thanks to industry-leading compact lamp arc size. With the Platinum 5R and 17R lamps offering a 1 millimeter arc gap, and the 2R offering just a minuscule 0.8 millimeter arc gap, this provides a very bright, tight, focused beam of light, which makes this series what it is, bright beams of light. At Elation, we develop products to meet a wide market demographic and a variety of uses. We really want to give you the right tool for the job. Whether touring or TV, event or club, that is why we offer 3 different and distinct options in a beam fixture: the Rayzor Beam 2R, the Platinum Beam 5R Extreme, and the newest addition, the Platinum BX. Let's start today with the Rayzor Beam 2R, our most compact and agile beam. The Rayzor Beam 2R uses the smallest lamp in the Platinum line, the 2R, which is just 132 watts, but still delivers a mind-boggling 5,200 lumens of output. It has all the features you would expect in a beam fixture: a 14-slot gobo wheel that's static, including multiple apertures for even the tiniest pinpoint, a 13-slot dichroic color wheel, which includes saturated and pastel colors, as well as CTO, CTB, and UV, as well as giving you an 8-facet circular and rotating prism for amazing Gatling gun effects. These are some of the things that you probably already know about the Rayzor Beam. But what about what you might not know? One of the best features of the Rayzor Beam 2R is its precision and speed. With its compact size and incorporating 3-phase motors, the Rayzor Beam 2R is the fastest beam in our line. It also offers the benefit of 6,000 hours of lamp life, making it the longest duty cycle fixture as well. These features make the Rayzor Beam 2R the perfect fixture for the rigors of daily use with long run hours in operation. Created to meet the demands of the small to medium size performance venues, themed environments, and of course the nightclub market, the versatility of the Rayzor Beam 2R has expanded its use to include the touring stage as well, going out with the likes of CeeLo Green in his last North American tour. Next we have our most popular and widely used fixture, the Platinum Beam 5R Extreme. Referred to simply as the Extreme in the market, this fixture is the update to our immensely popular Platinum 5R beam. The Extreme takes its name from the extreme output that the fixture puts out, over 100,000 lux at 50 feet using just a 189 watt Platinum 5R lamp, pumping out 7,100 lumens. Which this lamp has become the standard in all beams in the market today. The Extreme also has a completely redesigned all-glass optical system for the crispest of projections. All of the usual features are included, including fast and precise movement, an 8-slot gobo wheel, 12-slot dichroic color wheel, including CTO, CTB, and UV, an 8-facet circular prism, and we've also added a drop-in frost. Some of you may be wondering, only 8 gobos. The Rayzor Beam 2R has 14. Well, there's a very good reason for that. One of the carryovers from the original Platinum Beam and one of the key features of the Extreme is the gobos are all rotating and indexing, as well as fully interchangeable, which makes the Extreme unique in its class. Doing a corporate event, you need to throw that corporate logo 300 feet, the Extreme can do that. You have a favorite gobo pattern that might not be in the fixture that makes the perfect mid-air look, the Extreme allows you to do that as well. There are a few more features that you may not be familiar with on the Extreme. Like every fixture has EWDMX built right in. We wanted the Extreme to be just as at home in the event and trade show markets as it is on the performance stage. Adding WDMX right into the fixture gives the Extreme an added versatility and further sets it apart from any of the other beam fixtures in its class on the market today. Another thing to note about the 5R lamp is that Philips has recently increased the lamp life from 2,000 to 3,000 hours. That's a 50% increase in lamp life, which gives the Extreme one more benefit. While designed to meet the demands of the rental and production market, the Extreme has proven itself agile in some of the largest clubs in the world. If you've been to see Brad Paisley, Enrique Iglesias and Pitbull, Brantley Gilbert, or Dierks Bentley, or you've gone with your friends to Coachella or Stagecoach, or if you like EDC or Ultra, maybe you've stepped into Live or Life, or Draize or Excess or Marquee, you've absolutely seen the Extreme in action. Next, we have the newest addition to the Platinum Beam line, the Platinum BX. With the BX, we wanted to give you all of the features of its predecessors in a fixture that offers beyond extreme output. Deploying the new 17RA 350 watt lamp from Philips, which outputs 15,000 lumens and gives you lux readings of over double what the Extreme gives you, the BX has already been used to replace sky trackers while still giving you 1,500 hours of lamp life. Many people have asked, well, we understand the R in the lamp number, but what does the A mean? Well, the A in 17RA is designed to signify that this lamp was designed with a higher color rendering index than any previous lamp before in the Platinum line, offering a greater than 85 CRI. Going back to the BX, it offers you a 14-slot color wheel, or gobo wheel, excuse me, as well as the 8-slot rotating and mixing wheel found in both of the previous fixtures, which gives you the ability to layer gobos in a variety of looks never before achievable in a beam fixture. It also has a 10-slot dichroic color wheel, including CTO, CTB, as well as a UV filter. It also has a drop-in frost and an 8-facet rotating prism. We've added a large parabolic lens to the BX, giving it a wide parallel beam, one of the widest in the industry. The BX offers best-in-class speed and movement. What makes the BX unique is its output. It is so intense, even when dropping in the frost, you get a very nice, even wash fixture with impeccable intensity. Truly designed for arenas and stadiums and theme parks, the BX has already been featured at Stagecoach this year, as well as Coachella, and in theme parks from Southern California to Ohio and Virginia, as well as the largest boxing events in the world. Look for more high-profile projects this summer, including the upcoming UFC events. You've seen the Rayzor Beam 2R, the Platinum Beam 5R Extreme, and the new Platinum BX. But how do they compare side by side? Well, we wanted to see that as well. So the other night, we set up the fixtures outside Elation's headquarters. And here's what we saw. Shot from over 200 feet away, you can begin to see why we have 3 products in our beam offering. From the Rayzor Beam, to the Extreme, to the BX, each one offers distinct and beneficial characteristics for the right application. Just look at that BX shine through the air. We hope you enjoyed seeing these fixtures in such a large environment, even outside our building. For more application shots and information about these fixtures, log on to www.elationlighting.com. We'll return shortly after this commercial break for our questions. You've just seen a teaser for some of the exciting product launches that we have going on next week at InfoComm in Orlando. Please be sure to stop by and see us at booth 6259 any of the days of the show. And now we go live to your questions. What do we have? I see a question on here. Do the fixtures have pan and tilt feedback? Absolutely. All of them, each one individually, has pan and tilt feedback. So you can, if they get hit or knocked, they will rehome exactly to where they were before. Next question for me. Someone wants more teasing. Sorry, I can't do any more teasing here. Someone wants to see the speed differences. What exactly is the difference between the speed from the Rayzor Beam, the 5R Extreme, and the BX? I'm going to turn this over to Esteban de la Torre, who's going to give us a little wiggle and show you just how fast these fixtures are. We had a question from Anthony about those videos. There is no atmosphere in those videos outside. That was just normal what's in the air. So no, we didn't add any atmosphere to that at all. They are just that bright. Price-wise, that's going to be an interesting conundrum. We do have variable prices between obviously to fit each budget. And I will tell you what those are. The Rayzor Beam 2R is obviously our most economical fixture. It comes in at a map price of $1499.99. We have our Platinum Beam 5R Extreme, and that's coming in at $1999.99, sorry, $1999.99 as map price. And then we have the big guy, the Platinum BX, and the map price on that's going to be $4699.99. So you kind of have every option for every price point. What other questions do we have out there today? There is a question about the difference between the 5R Extreme and the 5R Beam. We did touch on some of that in the presentation portion. Basically, we did a complete redesign of the optical system, which gives you an all-glass optical train, which you would have seen on the original 5R Beam. Is it had a plastic optic on the front. So it got a little bit of a brown halo around the edges. It also lacked focus. The 5R Extreme gives you crisp and clear precision, better precision than you can get from the regular 5R, increased speed, increased output based upon the optical system, as well as giving you a focus as well. So that's kind of nice. So that allows you to really get it at any distance. The BX does not have wireless DMX. For the applications that it is for, wireless DMX is really not used that widely. More of that stadium application. I guess a lot of that type of customer doesn't quite trust it yet. We do offer the EWDMX boxes that can be an add-on fixture for this, or a piece for this, that'll allow you to put it into a dome for an outdoor application, fits right in perfectly, and you can add the DMX. The one thing that the BX does add additionally is direct ArtNet in and out. So you can pass ArtNet through the fixture instead of having to go break out to DMX first. So that kind of took up some of the space as well. The BX also does have the shaping gobo, so that static wheel that this one has gives you all of the same beam reducers that you have in the 2R, obviously your mid-air and those sort of looks, and then the rotating indexing wheel gives you more animated type looks, things that would look good rotating, so bars and boxes and geometric shapes and that sort of thing. So yes, the BX really gives you all of the features from the 2R and the Extreme into a large fixture. One of the last questions I see here, I guess, is remote addressing. So can you address this in the shop or when there's no power? Absolutely. Actually, not just our beam fixtures, but every platinum fixture in the Elation line offers you the ability to address with no power. So from the front here on some of these, it's going to be holding the menu mode option button, and that will indicate, that will power on the menu as the battery backup kicks in. On the Extreme, we actually have a little DC button right here. So you press the DC button, see it here, and that will kick on the screen. You can do your remote addressing. It gives you, I think, about a 7-second time frame to get into what you want, and then it'll time out on its own. And the BX, that again goes back to that mode button. Just hold that in, and that'll kick on the ability to do that. Yes, the BX does do ArtNet daisy chaining. It is in and out. Thank you for that question. As far as seeing a Rayzor versus a sniper, unfortunately we're not really prepared for that at the moment, even though you do see them in the background behind me. We can absolutely set one of those demos up, contact your local dealer or your local rep if you are a dealer, and we can certainly make that happen for you. And we'll actually make a note so that we might do a little video comparison. The Rayzor 2R, just to give you some insight, is going to be a little bit brighter based upon how the systems work. The sniper is a mirror system. So it uses an array of bouncing mirrors to give you the really fast movements and scanning effects, whereas this is a straight pinpoint optic, very narrow beam. You're going to get a little bit more output from the Rayzor Beam 2R. Gobo morphing on the BX is the only one that you would be able to do that on. So basically switching the focus between the static wheel and the rotating wheel, you absolutely can do that on the BX. Obviously, as only having one gobo wheel, the Rayzor Beam and the Extreme don't offer that option because there's nothing to really change focus between. The BX only offers one prism. It is the rotating indexing 8-facet circular prism. We do not offer layering of of the prisms. With something in this output category, it would be pretty hard to go through 2 prisms. One would probably not make it. We do offer it in our SBX fixture, which is a companion fixture to this. It gives you multiple prisms. The BX is not a very light fixture. Thank you for that question. It's in the 80-pound range, like 78.5 pounds. I mean, still easily liftable. From my perspective here, without much lift, just to go through it, the extreme is somewhere in the 50-pound range, and the 2R is light, more like in the 35-pound range. So again, different applications, different weight classes. Obviously, the brighter lamp requires a larger ballast as well, just for the technology piece, which adds some weight to the fixture. No, there is no CMY on the BX, if someone was asking. There are some fixtures now in the market that do offer an assimilated CMY. True CMY is not really achievable in a beam fixture. You'd see the flags come in. Some of our competitors have done a pretty good job in coming up with options for that, but unfortunately it's just not true CMY, and so we left it out on this fixture. The source, Caleb, on the BX is the new 17RA lamp. That's a 350 watt short arc, so 1 millimeter arc gap lamp from Philips. It gives you 15,000 lumens of output, something we covered earlier in the presentation here. As well as giving you something like 100,000 lux at 50 feet, which is pretty incredible. Or more than that, sorry, 219,000 lux at 50 feet. 100,000 is the extreme. So 219,000 lux at 50 feet, it's crazy. The BX does have pan and tilt locks. They're absolutely built in here. They just happen to be on the back side away from the camera. Because it's engaged, I can't really engage it now, but locking straight up and perpendicular to the base. Also at I guess a 30-degree angle and then a 90-degree angle as well. Those are your 3 locking positions for the BX. The other fixtures do not offer pan and tilt locks for cases. Mostly in the larger heads do we need to have that. The little ones don't move around that much, and they're not pulling around that much weight. Rigging of the BX high above the stage is a great idea. It uses, just like all of the other fixtures, the quarter turn brackets that the Omega bracket that everyone's used to using. The BX and the Extreme both have 2 Omega brackets, so that means 2 clamps. So certainly very, very stable up there, easy to lock into place. And because it's so bright, even at throws of 50, 60 feet above the stage, really it's where you're hitting the benefits of a fixture of this size. You're going to be a little overkill if you rig it maybe 30 feet from the stage. The Extreme is really the right fixture for that. So you really want to look at the output that you're talking about for any of those larger throw applications, whether it be high above the stage and you're trying to cut through a bunch of things. The BX is certainly the right application for that. How does the BX compare to the Sharpie? Well, really, the comparative unit is the Extreme and the Sharpie. Output-wise, they are identical. They use the same lamp platform. We use a very efficient optical system. The Extreme was actually developed a few years later, obviously as improvements to our regular 5R beam. So we were able to learn a couple of lessons from the 5R and actually from the Sharpie as well, and which allows us to be very fast and precise. No drifting from movement place to movement place. and faster. Is again, much like it is to the extreme, it's going to be more than double the output easily. With the large aperture, really the comparative fixture to this, and the only one that's on the market today, is the Super Sharpie. I'm not sure if you guys have had a chance to check that out, but the BX is really kind of set the tone for the standard. I mean, it's been out for over a year. It's been shipping for about a year now, 8 months. So we really have quite a few on the market and have done very well with it. I would say, obviously I can see from your chatting that we're bringing up some other fixtures, which might, bring us into our next webinar. Actually, we have our hybrid webinar coming up next in the series, where we'll have the SBX, which is the hybrid version of this fixture. So spot, beam, and wash, which will be more like Mythos that you guys are throwing out here. We also have the new FLX, which gives you true theatrical CMY, really makes it a very powerful spot fixture. And then we have a new fixture in the line that will be debuting at Infocom that you guys can see, and we'll announce that later. So again, that is more relevant to, I think, our next presentation than currently. Like most moving heads that exist in the market, except for one that I'm aware of that is IP65, all moving heads are IP20. The reason that is because they have fans, because they have to cool the lamp. So not only are they, the first number is particulate matter and the second number is water. So there's nothing sealed about these fixtures. And as a matter of fact, when it comes to particulate matter, there's fans sucking air in and blowing air out. So that would be where the 2 comes from. It's actually bringing in air, and if there's particulate in the air, that will go into the fixture. The 0 is for the water side of things, and certainly these will not take water or are not designed to take water. Though our good friends at Visions Lighting just had these out at Wango Tango here. And for you guys who don't know, it does rain in California, and we happened to hit a pretty good storm the day before, torrential rains. Water was pouring out of the fixtures and not one went down. So while they are IP20 and not designed for that application, most of us manufacturers have come a long way in being able to make them rugged enough to make it through something like that. Anthony, I can't really speak to what you just asked me as far as the point fixture at this point in time. I recommend you guys come to Infocom or pay close attention to our the Elation.com website or our Facebook page for more information about what's coming out there. Doesn't look like we have any more questions so far. I really want to thank you guys for joining us for the first installation of Elation Live. This is a great project for us, and we're excited to be able to bring you guys a little bit more in-depth insight into the fixtures and why we do what we do. I'm sure that's a lot of questions. Oh, why does that have that, and why did they do this? And those are the answer in this type of. We look forward to seeing you guys the next time, where we'll have our hybrid fixtures. Should be sometime next quarter. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.